What if the devil walked among us, not with horns and fire, but in a finely tailored suit, a charming smile, hiding a heart full of shadows? Imagine a world where evil takes the form of a politician, a master manipulator feeding on our darkest fears and desires. He promises greatness, but delivers only despair. This is no simple tale of good and evil. This is a story about us, about the choices we make when fear clouds our judgment, when anger drowns out reason. It's a story about what happens when we forget to think for ourselves. The devil, some say, is not a being of fire and brimstone. He is something far more insidious, a reflection of our own capacity for hate, greed, and violence. He is the shadow self of humanity, given form by our collective darkness. He thrives on our fear, our anger, our willingness to turn against each other. He whispers in the ears of the divided, the disenfranchised, the desperate. He promises them a voice, a savior, a way out. But his promises are built on lies. His solutions are steeped in pain. He is the embodiment of our worst instincts, magnified and weaponized. Picture him, an ordinary face, yet strangely compelling, a voice that resonates with conviction even as it speaks falsehoods. He could be anyone, anywhere. He is the charismatic leader promising change we can believe in. He understands our desires, our frustrations. He knows how to exploit them, to turn them against each other. He offers simple solutions to complex problems, scapegoats for our fears, enemies to unite against. He is the ultimate demagogue, using charm and charisma to mask his true intentions. His rise to power is paved with the broken promises made to the vulnerable and the easily swayed. His tools are not whips and chains, but words, seductive whispers of fear and resentment spread through speeches and social media. He paints vivid pictures of enemies, real and imagined. He promises to restore a mythical past or usher in a utopian future. He surrounds himself with loyal followers, blinded by their belief in his message. They become his echo chamber, amplifying his lies and silencing dissent. Facts become fluid, truth becomes relative, and opposition becomes treason. His power grows with every voice he silences, every mind he bends to his will. Section 5. Echoes of the Past. History is littered with such figures, leaders who rose to power on waves of fear and division. Men like Hitler, who preyed on a nation's wounded pride, or Stalin, who built his empire on a foundation of paranoia and terror. Even fiction warns us. The chilling manipulation of Big Brother in Orwell's, the seductive promises of power in Tolkien's Tale of the One Ring. These stories remind us that the hunger for power is a universal human flaw, and one that the devil knows how to exploit. What happens when we surrender our critical thinking to such a leader? When we accept his words without question, his solutions without debate? We become a society divided, ruled by fear and suspicion. Our freedoms erode in the name of security. Our empathy dwindles as we turn on each other. The world he creates is one of constant conflict, where dissent is silenced and individuality is crushed. It is a world where the devil doesn't need a pitchfork. He has our own hands to do his bidding. But there's another path, a world where we recognize the devil's tactics, where we refuse to be manipulated by fear and division. It starts with us, with our willingness to question, to think critically, to engage in thoughtful debate. We must be wary of those who promise easy answers to complex problems. We must challenge narratives that demonize entire groups of people. We must be willing to listen to perspectives different from our own. The power to resist the devil's influence lies within each of us. It resides in our ability to think rationally, to empathize with others, and to stand up for what is right, even when it's difficult. This isn't about blind faith or naive optimism. It's about courage. It's about being willing to stand up and say, no more. No more to fear-mongering, to scapegoating, to the politics of division. We must be the generation that chooses unity over hatred, reason over fear, and truth over lies. The choice is ours. Will we succumb to the seductive whispers of the devil, disguised as a politician, or will we rise above, using our critical thinking, compassion, and courage to build a better world? The answer, as always, lies within each of us. Choose wisely, the fate of humanity may depend on it.